family, not just for yourself. A bestseller, a house flipper, a businesswoman, a go-getter, a big investor, a goal builder that could teach you to get richer like millions, baby. You really about to fill your savings. You about to have multiple streams to pass your children, baby. Let me teach you to get your credit on track in the long run. You'll make it all back at Catalyst and watch it all psychology black on firm, but we ain't all black.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Constance Carter. What's happening out there in Facebook and YouTube and Instagram land? What is happening? I'm so glad to be back. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been on live, but listen, I always love it. And I have a special guest today, my baby girl, Kyle Carter.
She got me at the last minute.
I did.
I don't even have no makeup on.
I did.
Headband on sideways.
It's okay. Okay. Anyway, let's get going.
Crazy.
So listen, you guys, I've been gone for a couple weeks. So I just did, a couple weeks ago, I was on the Maxwell Urban Hang Suite cruise. Have you guys heard about that? I was on that. That was pretty fun. But as you come in, really quick housekeeping, make sure you subscribe to the Fly Nubian Queen. You see that up there in the corner. Up there, see that right there. That's the Fly Nubian Queen. Make sure you subscribe to their YouTube channel, to our YouTube channel, and also CC the CEO at CC the CEO on YouTube. Please share this and hit the subscribe button. You see the little subscribe button? Hit that subscribe button because I need you. I need you to survive. Anyway, and then on Instagram and Facebook, I am Constance Carter. So we wanted tonight talk about some horror, some dating horror stories. I know you guys.
My name is Kyle Carter, and you can follow me on Instagram at Kai Twice. And I'm not a great representation right now because my hair looks messed up, but I do sell hair extensions. My page is called In Hair We Trust on Instagram, and you can go on hairwetrust.com to get some bundles. And y'all definitely missed my sale. But it's okay because there's going to be more soon.
All right. So I know you guys have been hearing about this monstrosity of Risa Tisa. Y'all, that series had me in a chokehold. I was actually one of the early adopters. I was watching it as she was posting them, as she was recording them and posting them. Like I was like on this one, and then I would refresh and the next one would come up. It was crazy. But I was watching them at she had me in a chokehold. I think it was like a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, watching that whole train wreck. And there's so many of us that have these dating horror stories, and we're going to share some of ours. But I want to know if any of you want to share your dating horror story. So the link to log on live with us, if you want to get on camera with us and share your dating horror stories, there's the link right there. On all the different platforms, you can come on here, and you could come on here live because I want to hear what your dating horror stories are. There's so many out there. But if you have not seen, if you've been under a rock and you haven't heard about Risa Tisa, apparently she married this guy who was is a major narcissist. And he just lied about everything. He just lied about lying. He just breathed lies. When he formed his lips, they just lied. Lies just come off his lips. And so the first time I ran into it was when she posted this little reel on Instagram. And let me just show you real quick for those who are not familiar, for those who have been hiding under a rock. Let me just show you real quick the initial video that introduced us to Miss Risa Tisa. Uh-oh.
Pathologically lying ex-husband lied about. Backstory. I'm going to try to get as much of this as I can into this video because I hate when people say follow for part 2. But I'm going to try. All right. Backstory number 1. We met in March of 2020. Georgia got shut down, locked down 2.5 weeks later. We got married January of 2021, and we were divorced August of 2021. So keep in mind that this story is spanning March of 2020 until about June of 2021, because I kicked him out the house on his birthday. So we met online, Facebook dating and Hinge. I will never do online dating again. But that is where I met him. My tire blew on 285 just before Boulder Crest on my way to our first date. Clearly that was a sign. I didn't listen. but my tire blew, and he met me at a gas station. We were supposed to be meeting at Cheesecake Factory, but because the tire blew, he met me at a gas station, fixed my tire, then took me to go get another tire, paid for it. And I just thought, oh my God, this is the beginning of a beautiful romantic story. Boy, was I wrong. So, things he lied about. Every morning he would get on the... Okay, so things that my pathologically lying ex-husband lied about. Backstory. I'm going to try to get as much of this as I can into this video because I hate when people say...
So that was the first one. That should be... Did it? Okay.
Okay, so
if you haven't seen that, that's where it all started, right? And so as soon as I seen that, I ran. I didn't walk. I ran to TikTok to go look up this Risa Tisa's TikTok. And then she started posting, stories. And TikTok is now up to what, 10 minutes now? You can do a TikTok up to 10 minutes. So each story was 10 minutes, and it was so engaging in the way she told the story. But there was a few things that happened off top that seemed a little suspicious, but I understand. The first thing was, her tire blew out. He, on her way to the first date, he bought her a new tire. He got it repaired, all that stuff. He moves in relatively quickly. He love bombs her, and then he's paying all her bills. Now she's like, oh my God. One of the things that she said during the course of this, her videos is that, I was finally thinking it was finally my turn. She had been single for so long, and she had been longing for a relationship. And I totally understand that. And so now she finds somebody who, she thinks loves her, and he's doing all these things for her. And so she's overlooking all these red flags. Some of the red flags include, him writing offers on houses and him having a pre-approval on houses that he really didn't have a pre-approval on, him writing all cash offers, showing a screenshot of a bank statement that she later Googled, and he found this screenshot of a bank account online. He was just showing her the screenshot. He was talking to people. She said every morning he was having full-blown conversations with family members, just like talking to them, laughing, like 30-minute conversations, and nobody was on the other line. And he would be like, hey, Mike said, hey, Tisa. And she's like, oh, hey, Mike. She's in there doing her hair, whatever. And so did
you hear about she released the video? Well, I just saw the video today, basically, where she's talking about how his parents reached out to her. Have you seen that?
Yeah, about how his brother, his parents are dead. So her brother reached out to her and said,
not his parents, it was somebody
his brother
that's related to him.
Yeah, his brother. It was his
older brother. He's diagnosed with schizophrenia
and bipolar.
Yeah, and bipolar.
That his dad had to go back to work, so that he could cover his meds because he's mentally ill. Yeah, so it turns out he's mentally ill. But he appeared normal. He had jobs, but the things he had to go through in order, and for her to believe it. And so on one hand, some people say that she was dumb and that, there were red flags blaring. I don't know that I believe that. I know that on,
she was dumb.
See, for me, I'm like, I feel kind of bad because she was like, she was in a situation where she was like, look, it's finally my turn. I have somebody that likes me. Yeah, this seems a little off, but you can't make up stuff like that, right? Hindsight being 2020, you might think that, okay, that's, sounds a little far fetched, but when you're in it, you can't see the picture when you're in the frame. But Charlemagne, on the Breakfast Club, he said it was because she had a big back or something like that. Check it out.
Man, I hear a lot of big back behavior. Does she have a big back?
She do give Sheila that was driving up the mountain.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sheila was beautiful though.
Yeah, no. You talked about the big back, not the face.
Yeah, you're right.
She was cool.
What's your thing with big backs? No, I'm just saying because in a situation like this, some of you big backs, y'all got to stop being so thirsty for a man. There's a man out there for you. Okay, this woman believed all of this because she wanted to believe all of this. Big back belief isn't like everybody else's belief. Okay, she said it herself. He said everything I wanted to hear. Yeah. She wanted to believe whatever was coming out of his mouth because she wanted a man so bad.
That's not nice. That's not nice.
But it was true.
What? Because she had a big, because she was overweight, that she believed
She didn't have.
she was desperate
She
for
was
a man.
insecure. She was definitely insecure. It's not because she was overweight, but it stemmed from insecurity. The reason why she accepted so much because she was insecure. She
Hey, Sue.
like Charlemagne said, it's like, she wasn't used to that, so she accepted anything. She heard everything, that she accepted everything that she wanted to hear, and that happens to insecurity, and it's common in big back people. But I'm not gonna say, because I'm not big. I mean, I was part of that community.
You were never. Stop.
In a way.
You weren't.
So I've definitely been insecure. Now I'm big back too. When I was skinny. So
that's not necessarily true. I think there's insecurity whether you're
that's what
traditionally skinny, whether you're traditionally
that's
beautiful.
What I'm saying. I said I was insecure when I was skinny. And
you can't say
insecure as I gain weight. Like, you just don't have, it's insecurity. But it's not just because she got a big bag. I'm just saying, but that's part of the insecurity.
I think it also can be some naivete, because there are people like, say me, for example. I was married don't me. I was married 132.
Insecure. Naivety is on the next level though. Like, you should be knowing better. Dang, there's no more popcorn.
I was married 132 years to her father. And so I have been with him since I was 15. I just turned 48. We were together 30 plus years.
She turned 48 4 days ago. So say happy birthday.
So thank you for the happy birthday wishes. But because and honestly, I still have not dated anybody since I broke up with her, since I divorced her father. So I still don't have any dating experience. And so I could see myself as being naive in a way if I go out there and, hopefully nobody run game on me, because I don't have a whole lot of dating experience. So I think that, people, there could be a form of, her being naive, or a person being naive, getting taken advantage of, having there being red flags and not seeing those red flags because you just don't know. You're not accustomed. You haven't been trained because you ain't been in the game.
And why hasn't she been in the game?
I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about people in general. It's just like people in general could experience, she's not the first person he fooled. He had 2 other wives.
Right.
He's dated other people. So she's not the only person that he fooled. And so I just feel bad when people talk about, when they say things that, it's because, she's big or she's insecure or things like that. I don't think that's necessarily the case.
It's just inexperience.
Yeah.
And I can see that. I get that. I think it's definitely inexperience, but also some of it can be common sense.
Some of it is
like, or it's just like the lack of discernment. Because just because you don't have mad experience don't mean that you don't have discernment. She's just not tapped into her discernment, because ain't no way. I know her intuition was probably screaming like, even in some of the videos, she was like, it seems strange, but I still loved him anyway, so I'm gonna just
well, I mean, when she thinks about it now, like, that was off, but you don't, again, when you're in the frame, you don't see the picture. I was just having a conversation with Boyce Watkins right before I got on here. That's why I'm actually late getting on. He and I talked for about an hour and a half, and we were just talking about relationships, and I was like, this would have been a great conversation just to be just talking live about, from a man's perspective and a woman's perspective. But it goes back, one of the things we talked about is like people, women looking the other way when men cheat. It's the same sort of situation when you're comfortable, when you're in that, like, because some men believe that, I don't understand why a woman is so caught up. He told me, I don't understand why a woman is so caught up in what a man does with his penis. Like, what's that about? Like, and I'm like, because but it goes the same way with if a woman was to be out there sleeping around, a man would have a problem with that. But my point is, some men will sleep around, and women will overlook that just for the sake of having a man. The same thing with Risa Tisa, right? She overlooked some things because there were some other things that he was doing. He was paying all the bills. He was showing her love and affection. Like, it was some, there was some positive attributes. Yeah, he might lie a little bit. Yeah, they may cheat a little bit, but
because
he here, right? So,
and I definitely do feel like I definitely do feel like, because I had a conversation with some of my guy friends about just the whole if they basically pay the bills and provide and do everything like that a man can do, they feel like they should at least do whatever they want.
Like cheat?
Yeah.
That's a goddamn. I wish. So
that's kind of where I feel like.
But you know what though, Kai? Like when you think about it, so since I've been out here, a gang of married men been trying to holler at me. A gang of married men, and from what I understand, some, not all, some of these women, I mean, these are like compulsive cheaters. These are serial cheaters. These are men who are not at all faithful to their wives. I'm not going to join their harem, but with that being said, you got these men out here that are doing all this cheating, and a lot of times their wives know, and they're just okay with it, and they're just like, as long as he's paying the bills. No, that's not how.
And they just want to be together for the sake of the kids and all that type of stuff. But it's just like kids can see dysfunction. And also, like, kids prefer if the parents choose themselves more than they will choose them, because then we'll all be happy type thing. But when you're just still being married to a cheater for security and all that type of stuff, I think that's very like that. You lack self-respect, and I feel like that's what Risa Tisa lacked too. She lacks self-respect for herself, because I mean, yeah, you can be naive, but if you're accepting all those things and you see those red flags, you don't have respect for yourself, and that's what she didn't have.
So let me ask you guys. So I put a link out here. I did put a link out here for those who want to jump on with us. If anybody wants to jump on with us, if you have any dating horror stories, we want you to get on here and share them with us. Or if you have any opinions about, about the Risa Tisa or anything else. So Kai, do you have any dating horror stories that you've ever had?
You do.
What are you talking about?
You can go for it, but I got to think about mine. I don't think I really had much dating.
Okay. Well, this was not a date. I'm gonna share the video
that was a date.
That was not a date.
That was a date. If a man is taking you out to dinner, that's a date.
Kyle, do you remember the nature of the
I know
meeting? It was a meeting. It was not a date. It was not for romantic purposes. Kai, do you remember? Do you remember it? Anyway, I'm gonna show y'all, because that was not a date. That was not the intent of this here thing. And I'm gonna show you. This is something I just posted on my page today. But you say that was not a date. Girl, if you don't cut it out. All right, check this out. This will happen to me. All right, I gotta tell y'all about the Wu-Tang member that Keisha was talking about. Okay, so this is not a date. I'll tell you right now, this is not a date. So Kyle used to work at and this gentleman comes in, I guess, and she serves him. And so she's like, Mom, this guy came in today and he says he's, forget the rapper's name, her father. And I was like, okay. And she said, but he does government contracting. Well, I've been wanting to get into government contracting. And I said, oh, why don't you connect us so that we can so I can, just pick his brain about government contracting. And so she was like, okay. So she texts him and I. She goes, hey, my mom wants to talk to you. She wants to maybe see if you guys can meet up to talk about government contracting. So he's like, okay. So he sends us a message talking about, I'm going to be going to Florida this weekend on a private jet. Do y'all want to come? And I'm like, let's just do lunch first. How about we do lunch first? So he invites me to this place called Grace's for dinner. And so I go to Grace's. So Grace's, what I didn't know, Grace's is a spot on Thursday nights. So Grace's, I went up in there and it was just like a bunch of like Black businessmen. And they was like, hey. And I was like, hey, right? I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know it was rocking like this in Grace's. So I'm looking for the man. And I look and I see this light-skinned guy with green eyes or blue eyes, but he looked like a white boy. Again, it wasn't a date. Let me preface it. It wasn't a date. But so when I first sat down, he said, my eyes are green, so my vision, I can't really see this menu, but my sniper vision is 20/20. And I was like, okay, sniper. So let me just run down. So we're talking, right? And like I didn't get I'm sure I didn't get a word in edgewise. Like I didn't get no word in. I was like, he was talking the whole time. He didn't know anything about me. But he's just going and going and going about all this stuff. So let me just run down what this told me. So let me just run down what he told me, okay? Like I said, the first thing he said that he's a sniper. He said he's in Black Ops, and he did some tours in Afghanistan and Russia. He has several multi-million-dollar corporations. He said he's a genius, and he does government contracts. He's a manager And he has nonprofits. He flies in private jets. He's a movie producer and a record producer. And I'm writing all these notes while he's talking to me. And at this point, I checked out. I'm not even giving him eye contact. I'm just looking down, like texting. And I'm also texting my girls like this, And so he said he's a master genius that plays every instrument and has a band, but doesn't play. He doesn't play in the band because he don't feel like it. He just likes to manage them. He has a master's from several Ivy League schools, including Stanford, Rutgers, and a few more. He was hand selected, check this out, to work for Obama. And every time Obama was waving, he was waving at him to say good job. He's an airplane mechanic by trade. And he has both a soulmate and a twin flame. That's why he's going to take the private jet to Florida that weekend, because he wanted to see his twin flame. But he also has a fiance that wants to get married in December. And he can't keep a wife because he's too nice and because women always come up to him wanting him to sign their breasts. You know why? Because he's a member of the Wu-Tang Clan. He's a member of the Wu-Tang Clan. And I'm finna put this video underneath there because when I had to start taking videos of the nigga, he had to call Puff to tell Noriega to stop disrespecting his group or he was gonna lose his life. Like Tupac and Biggie.
About the family I belong. When you got people in your own neighborhood barking on you, yeah, you seen what happened to Tupac and Biggie. You might want to apologize, little fella. And I started laughing because he called my group out my name, and he don't even know me. I never said that to him. I was going to talk to Puff and be like, hey, can you tell Nori to apologize, please, so we don't die? But see, Puffy shot a nigga in the club and had Sean take the rap for it. So he know how it works. And like I said, my cousin worked for Puffy. I'm trying to.
But I'm like talking to, I'm talking to Dawn, I think, and I'm talking to April Sampe, and I'm like, this is some bullshit. And April called me. She was like, hey, I'm stranded in Virginia. And I was like, what? I asked him, how far is Virginia? And he was like, 45 minutes. I was like, oh my God, my girl's stranded in Virginia. I got to go pick her up. And he was like, oh, okay. Well, I'll go ahead and take care of this meal. You will. I just had up in here for listening to this bullshit. But this was absolutely amazing. I had never heard of anything like this before. But he did tell me, he told me that he manages some girl. I forget her name. He manages her. So I went to go look her up. And guess what? She follows Constance Carter. But guess who she don't follow? Him. I don't even know who she is. But she's a singer and she manages. So that's so let me just preface it. So last year, this happened actually last year, and what was happening was I was talking to my girlfriend. I was sharing with my girlfriends different little dating experiences I've had since I've been in the DMV. I had just moved here, and so that was actually a private video that I had sent to my girlfriends. And I was telling him this was not a date. That was absolutely not a date. I was actually meeting him to pick his brain. I was just looking at the text message. I was like, yo, when can I pick your brain? And so that was a pick your brain session. So it wasn't a date, but the lies that people be telling for what? So anyway, do you have any outlandish dating experiences, Kai?
I don't really date much.
What?
I don't really be going out. That's the problem. I haven't been on many dates.
So I've been on more dates than you since I've been here?
You know you haven't. I've been telling you all the time that you have.
What?
You've been on more dates than I've ever been on.
I have? Oh my God.
I'm out. You can count on two hands how many dates you've been on.
I'm out here in these streets.
I can only count on one hand how many dates I've been on.
So what about you guys?
Like terrible, but it's just like I definitely did enjoy it afterwards. Like me and this person was supposed to go on a date to like at first we were supposed to go to escape room, and then I guess apparently like he overslept and he didn't text me. He didn't wake up until like
so he stood you up?
No. So he didn't wake up until like 7 o'clock. No. 7 or 8. He didn't get to my house until 9 o'clock. Escape rooms close at 10. So the escape rooms were like probably 20, 30 minutes away. We wouldn't have been able to go. So he was like, oh, well, let's just go to Dave and Buster's then. And so we went to Dave and Buster's, and then I told him that my friends, like I want to be back later on because like my friends, I want to go out with my friends. He was like, oh, well, we could go together. And I was like, okay. So we asked if it's cool with them. They said, yeah. So basically he was just like, then he started saying stuff like, oh, I kind of don't want to really spend that much money and all that type of stuff.
Oh, he was a cheapskate.
Yeah. So my friend talking about they have a pregame. He was like, oh, that's perfect. Let's not go here and just go there.
Oh, so he
and then we went to, we got a bottle, because I don't like going to places empty handed. So we went to a liquor store, got a bottle. He stood behind me while I paid for it. And
who was this?
I'm not gonna say people's names, but he stood behind me while I paid for it. And then my friends were expecting me to go out and date, so they're all asking and stuff in front of him, how's the date? Meanwhile, we were in Dave and Buster's parking lot while I was on the phone with them.
That was the date.
Basically, the Dave and Buster's parking lot.
All right, so listen, then
he had the nerve to say, he was like, I feel like one of those cheap boyfriends that be standing behind their girlfriend while they pay. That's
while he stood behind you.
While he still behind me, let me pay. So yeah, that was probably the worst date I've been on.
All right, let me tell you about it. Okay, I got one. And if you have a date that you want to, you want to share, because when we said that,
my friends thought he was like the great. No. That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel when you overtalk me. Because she mostly be doing the talking. But it was so funny because my friends were like, oh, he's such a good guy. Oh my gosh, I really like him.
Did you ever see him again?
No.
Okay.
I really like y'all together. And so after I told
them what happened, they was like, oh, this ninja.
Yeah.
All right. So let me tell you about.
Don't do that.
Let me tell you.
Don't cut me off to try to.
Let me tell you. Okay. Let me tell you about
what talk no more.
Let me tell you about one I had. So before you moved out here, I came out here for the weekend and I had like 3. I had 3 dates. I had 3 lined up. I had one for Thursday, one for Friday, one for Saturday, and I was leaving on Sunday, right? So I was coming up for the weekend. I had one Thursday, one Friday, Saturday. Well, so my Thursday one, I hadn't met him yet, and he was just really weird. And he was just like, he would start sending me like pictures of him in the bed with his lips all like wet, like he had just licked them all. And I was just like, this guy is weird. And so like he was sending me these pictures and I did not ask for them. They were unsolicited pictures. Like, why are you sending me these pictures of you laying in the bed with your lips greasy? It was disgusting. So I blocked him, right? So I block him and I get down there. So he was my Thursday. I get down there Thursday. He was my Thursday. So I didn't have a Thursday. So I called my Friday up and I was like, yo, you want to go out tonight? And he was like, yeah, I want to go out. Of course I want to go out with you, Constance. I was like, bet, let's go out, right? So I go to my room. I get dressed. I'm supposed to be meeting him up at 7:00. And 7:00 rolls around. 8:00 rolls around. 9:00 rolls around. I'm dozing off. And I'm like, yo, this guy just straight stood me up. So I was like, that was weird. Cause this guy we had FaceTimed and he had written me poems and he had played the guitar for me. He was so like romantic and cool and all that stuff, and so stood me up. So the next day I was like, bet. So I wasn't even gonna follow up with him, but my girl said, you know what, maybe you should call. Maybe something happened to him. So I was like, all right. So I call him and he was pledging Q. He was pledging Omega. And he was like, the bruhs got me last night. And so I was like, okay, well, would you, because actually he was my Friday. So I was like, okay, so you want to go out tonight? Well, what he don't know is I had made plans with my Saturday night to come on Friday night anyway. So I was like, I'm gonna get him back. I'm gonna go ahead and stand him up. So my Friday comes, I'm hanging out on my Friday. And so I'm thinking, oh, it's my get back time, right? So I go ahead and we supposed to go out on Friday, but I don't call him. But guess what? He don't call me either. So I'm thinking I'm paying him back by standing him up, but he didn't even call me. So he was standing me up again. So fast forward, didn't he stand me up again? You know what I'm talking about? Did he stand me up? So
I have no clue if he did.
So I think I stopped dealing. I stopped talking to him, and then actually recently we picked up and we started talking again. Maybe this was about 6 months ago. We started talking again. And he was like, I really want to take you out. I really like you, Constance. You just do it for me. I just really like you. And I'm like, okay. And so he said he wanted to go out. And I'm like, all right. He was like, I said, this is your last chance. You already done stood me up. He didn't know that I was standing him up the second night. He just knows that he stood me up. But so he knows he stood me up twice, right? The second time I called myself standing him up, but he was standing me up anyway. So I said, okay, this is the last time. This is your last chance. And so, yeah, okay, Constance, yeah, you know what? This is it. I'm going to make sure, okay, bet. I ain't going to remind you. So we were supposed to go meet at National Harbor. I think it was a day. I think it was like a holiday or something like that. We were supposed to meet at National Harbor. It was a Friday. Friday came. I hadn't heard from him. This was like Tuesday. So I hadn't heard from him on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday came. I ain't hear from him. So then he hit me, I think on Saturday, and I blocked him. The end. So yeah, he stood me up a few times. So I got stood up 3 times by the same person. Yep. So that was one.
Never had a second time.
Well, I mean, really, it was 2 times because the second one.
No, that didn't count.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So he stood me up 3 times. He essentially stood me up 3 times. And then I had this, huh?
Yeah. After the not hearing from him after hour 2. Yeah, no, you will not have. Guys know what they're doing.
Absolutely.
Men know what they're doing.
Absolutely.
If they really wanted you, they would. If they wanted to, they would.
If they wanted to, they would.
Yeah.
So yeah, he stood me up. And then so yeah, no, he's blocked. And then there was one time, do you remember the time when a guy was kind of lightweight stalking a little bit? I'll tell you a story. So I had this one guy. So I had this one guy who, what did he do? So sometimes I will go off the grid. So I tell people, yo, I am off the grid, and I won't be talking for a couple months or a couple weeks or maybe a couple days. I'll just be like, yo, I'm going off the grid. Like I don't feel like dealing with people of the opposite sex for a little bit. So I'll just be like, yo, I'm going off the grid. So I told this guy I'm going off the grid for a couple months. This was like December this was not last year, but December before then. So he was like, but I thought we were supposed to hook up during Christmas break. And I said, yeah, so no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going off the grid. But I really thought you were, he's DMing me. I really thought you were on Facebook. And I said, yeah, no. So he starts sending me pictures of myself. I really wanted to see you. So I was like, okay, this is getting weird. So I block him on Facebook. He has my number. So then he calls me on my phone. He starts, I really thought we was going to see each other. What happened? So I block him on the phone. So then he finds my Instagram page and he's like, I can't believe you blocked me. So I block him on Instagram. And then a few months later, like I get on WhatsApp. I don't even know why I was on WhatsApp because I don't really get on WhatsApp that much. And so I get on there and there's a foreign number. It says, hi, Constance. And I'm like, who's this? And he says his name. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I had called my boy, and I was like, can you please tell him to stop? This is making me a little nervous. And I told him, I was like, look, I don't got no boyfriend, but look, my boyfriend is gonna kick your ass if you keep messing with me. And he was like, it's not even that serious. I don't even know why I was just saying hi. Nigga, I blocked you from 4 other different platforms. It is that serious. So it is, it's difficult being single because I've never been single before. Thank God I don't give men my address because I, wonder, like, what if I had the guy come pick me up from the house? Then he'd have been showing up at the house. That's not cool. So, it is very scary out there, being a single woman and, single woman with kids, people crazy. Nobody knows where I live. Like very few people know where I live and that's by design. So, yeah. Do you have anything to contribute? That's crazy. So, do you guys have any see there? Nope, absolutely not. What, Brian? What, Brian? Brian, you said see there. Nope, absolutely not. What happened? Nope, what? Which part? the greasy lips. I couldn't do it. And you know what's so funny? I don't even know if I blocked him on Facebook, but he came on my Instagram. The other guy, the greasy lip guy, came on my Instagram and was like, I'm not mad at you. So I saw that on there too. I go off the grid every 2 weeks before Halloween. I go off the grid for about 2 weeks before Halloween to about 4 weeks after Valentine's Day. That's when the female desperados try to get cuffing season. Tim, you are cold-blooded. Listen, Ashley said the dating game is crazy now and then. Oh, I don't know who did that mean face. I hope it wasn't any of the people that I mentioned. But no, the dating game is crazy. And you know what? To be honest with you, I had to pull myself out of the dating game last year. So last year, probably around the middle part of the year, I was like, you know what? Because at first first of all, let me just tell you, I was married a long time. Had a very long divorce. The divorce was like 3 years. So having to get through that and all that stuff. So there was really no dating inside of that. And then after the divorce, I was like, yeah, I do. No, I don't. Yeah, I do. I was like double dutch. No, I don't. Yeah, I do. Jump in, girl. No, I don't. So I kind of wanted to date, I wanted a relationship, but then I was like, yeah, no, I want to be bothered. Yeah, no, I kind of like just being by myself. And so I said, you know what, let me just take that off the table and let me just step back from everybody and everything. So last year I just said, no, I'm not going to date. I'm just going to just be chill and not do anything and just kind of prepare myself and prepare my mind for 2024, where 2024, I'm going to finally be open to dating. So now I'm actually open to dating. I talked about it last year a lot, but it wasn't something that I was really serious about. But 2024, definitely open to dating and being more intentional. And the thing about that is the quality of men that I'm actually, just conversing with, no relationships, but they're good. I think they're actually getting better and better just because I think I'm more open. Because remember last year when I wasn't really dating, I was like, I just don't like anybody. I couldn't bring myself to really like anybody. But now that I think I'm open, I'm like, okay, this person has this good quality, they have that good quality. So that's kind of where I am now. But the dating game is crazy. Ashley, she said, Ashley, being single would be great just to have a friend and hang out with and travel. When I was just talking to Boyce on the phone earlier, and Kyle, if you want to leave, you can leave because you look like you're really, really bored.
Because last time when I talked, you were like, so I'm doing the same thing.
This is Get Back.
Exactly.
You're pouting. Live. You're pouting live?
No, because I didn't like that. I'm trying to continue my story because it's finally my time to try to talk. And you don't want me to talk. And then you did exactly what I did. Try to add on to the story after you finish the story, but try to add on to it more.
Okay,
talk. Problem. No,
okay, go ahead, talk. Go, stop pouting. Go ahead, unfold your arms.
like, I can't believe, like, I'm really rethinking. I don't even want to do no podcast with her no more. I might do solo.
Really? You really gonna do this live?
Because if you try to do this with me, I don't like, because this is not the first live you done this with. I'm tired of this. I see why Destiny Child broke up. You think you Beyonce?
All right. Do you have any more dating stories, sweetheart?
So what did you say previously?
You have any more dating stories? And then you guys went to the Dave and Buster's parking lot, and then what happened?
Yeah,
no, I mean, wait. No, let's talk.
I don't
You
like
went to the
that.
Dave and Buster's parking lot.
No, that was it with that story.
Okay, so you were done.
No, but I was gonna add on to a little bit, but that was that. But you said something, and I kind of wanted to add on to it after you were talking about, dating and then being single and stuff like that. But I was just like, you know what? I'm not
gonna say anything. I'm gonna punish her.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something. So for you, I know you said you haven't really dated, and because somebody asked me, somebody DM'd me and was like, "So you're dating?" And I'm like, "I've gone out on dates, but I'm not dating anybody."
Dating.
Oh, going out on dates, even if it's one time, I really will.
Because I feel like people mix dating and talking together.
No.
If dating, you're still single and you're getting to know people. Talking, you decide to go further and get to know the person more. Maybe go out on a couple more dates. But
okay, let me ask you guys, what's the difference between dating and talking? Because in my opinion, dating means you're kind of going steady with somebody and you're going out, but you're still talking. I'm going out on dates doesn't mean I'm dating that person, because if I go out on to multiple dates with multiple men, does that mean I'm dating all these men? It means I'm going out on dates, but I'm not dating them.
You're looking at you're looking at dating like you think dating is the title. Dating is not the title. Dating is the act of what you're doing. So like you're getting to know multiple people. You're dating multiple people, but it's not like if you say like you're talking to all the people, then that's different. When you're dating, you're just getting to know them. Like you can date them once, go on a date with them once, type thing. See if you want to go to the next step and talk to them.
You know what?
But I definitely feel like the talking stage shouldn't be long at all, though. Shouldn't be long. If it's 1 to 3 months.
To be honest with you, though, like for me, I don't want to date a bunch of people. I don't want to go out on a bunch of dates. I don't want to kiss a bunch of frogs. I don't want to do a bunch of test drives. I don't want to do none of that stuff. Just like when you've been married a long time, because like April, our friend April, she's like, she dated for sport. She's like, girl, just go out there.
That's what it is. It's a sport.
I don't want to play that sport.
You just want to just
get booed up
real quick, and that's your problem. You did that before. You don't need to do that no more.
I was 12.
And you still have the same 12-year-old tendencies by trying to still be with somebody, do the same thing you did.
How was that?
Because you want to get into something quick. You like your mama. Want to go somewhere and then get married.
No, I do not want to get married. I just want to find one person I'm compatible with, and I want to hang out with that one person. I don't want to have to date a bunch of people. You cannot say that.
You can't do it on your timeline though.
I'm not saying it got to be on my timeline. I'm saying I don't want to have to go out with a bunch of people.
In order to do it, you have to date.
Yeah, I know. That's what I've been doing. No, I haven't. Lately, have I dated anybody? Have I gone on any dates?
I don't know.
I haven't gone on any dates. Oh, yeah, I have. Yeah, I have.
Every time I go on a date, you talk about how you got 5 more. That's your problem. She's trying to be in competition with me. I never met a person trying to be in competition with their 24-year-old daughter. I can't go on no date without you.
She got a date.
Got like 5 more.
She goes, I'm going on a date. I have 5 dates.
Right.
So
like no one asked. No one asked.
So wait. See, Danielle, because you've been out in the streets. You've been outside. What are you talking about?
Don't be out her like
Pamela.
That. She just be outside.
I'm not saying she's outside like that. I'm just saying she's been out. She's been in the game longer than I have. I'm right there with your Constance. I feel the same way. Yeah, don't nobody want to be out here doing all that crap.
Nobody does. I know, but that's just you gotta play. You gotta play the game.
Okay, Timothy said you have dating and you have kicking it, and yes, some people do date with their kick it friends with benefits do come with an outing to Applebee's and Outback from
I
time to
do
time.
feel like when 5 more years, when I turn 30, no man should ever come to me talking about something they want to be some friends with benefits. They want to just talk and all that type. At this point,
For
you're
you-
a grown man. I don't even tolerate it now.
At my age,
I do not.
so this person right here is somebody that wants to date me. See, it says Hinge.
Who be calling people on Hinge?
No. I met him on Hinge.
Oh, I thought he's calling you from the Hinge app. Like, it only be your age group. That is so cringe.
No, I met him on Hinge. Actually, the cool thing is I'm so cool as shit that if you're cool, we'll still be cool friends. So he and I are like just cool friends. He want to date, but it's like, no, it's okay.
Like that too.
Huh?
I'm like that too.
Yeah, we could just be friends. And he'd be like, he's still campaigning and trying to convince me why we should hang out. And I'm like, it's not what I want. The crazy thing is, I'm able to tell him that. But you remember how people say I have a problem with telling people and being like upfront and saying,
I never heard anybody say that to you ever. You have a problem with being upfront. That's why that man hit you from your email. I
know, that's what I'm saying. That's what I just said.
No,
what you said.
You said people said that you have a problem with being too upfront.
No, with being upfront.
Oh.
Yeah, people said I have a problem with being upfront and saying, yes, I'm not interested. He just text me something.
Is he on our live?
No, he's not on our live. He just texted me some pictures.
All over the house. Why you got lipstick everywhere?
Anyway, all up in my business. See that?
I thought he took a picture of us. I'm like, now he's stalking too.
and the thing about it is, like, I'm single, so I don't have no I don't have to be like loyal to anybody. But I will say that my daughter does look at my Instagram DMs just in case you want to get fresh with me and DM me on.
No, Instagram. The problem is she uses me as a lie to stop. I'm trying to say my train of thought. You distracted me.
Don't say it.
She uses me as a lie to curve people.
Don't say it.
No, because you ain't gonna use me as a lie no more.
Easy, might be watching.
Because I do have her Instagram, right? I have her Instagram because I like be posting on her stories and stuff sometimes because I work for her, so I post sometimes. And her little DMs, I don't be paying attention to them. But now Instagram has this update now where if a person liked your message, it will say liked and then it will say what you said. So this man liked this message and it said what she said, and it was like, oh, sorry, my daughter has my phone, so she might have opened the message. And I'm like, I call her so quick, and I'm like, Mom. She's like, what? I said, Mom, like, you're gonna get serious. Mom, I know you're not using me as a lie to curve people. And yeah, red-handed. You ain't gonna be using me as no lie no more. I'm not no cover up. Don't do that with me. Trying to be like, oh, she got my Instagram. She might, no. Hopefully he is watching.
No, that's not. April, don't laugh at her.
Don't use me as no lie.
April, come on here with us. Come on here with us, April.
Use me as some lie. Like, who do that? Who does that?
You gonna come on here with us, April? Come on here with us.
Maybe I'll be there for me on here.
No, we was talking about Reese and Tisa.
I'm hungry though.
Okay,
we've been on here for 48 minutes.
Okay, we about to get off. But she definitely, girl, you bald headed. Like, you ain't got to do nothing. Just get on here.
Say that.
You ain't gotta fix your hair. Come on. But no, but yeah, actually I just told somebody that today. Somebody was in my DMs. Didn't you see it?
You saw your daughter. You shouldn't start using me.
No, because you do. I was like, she be looking at my stuff. So,
Oh, is that why he started trying to act like he's domesticated?
Oh, you was watching, huh? Oh, you was watching.
I was on the phone with my friend, and, and he was getting mad at me
Because you was reading the
I
DM.
was like, I can't help it. Like, my phone keep blowing up. He was like, get out your mama's business. And I'm like, her business keep blowing up my phone.
You see that?
I'm so mad trying to act like he all domesticated now, how he love his wife and kids. I hate. Oh my!
But did you see him saying?
man.
What you see? What you see? I wish you were my wife.
Yeah.
I said, but no. What did he say? Oh, no. He said, I wish I was single. I said, yeah, but you're not.
Trying to act all domesticated and stuff. After that, trying to love your wife and kids now. You know, my wife didn't want me at first, but I ignored her. What kind of mess?
Kelsey.
Don't ask me for my opinion if you don't want me to say that. Don't ask me for my opinion if you don't want me to say nothing. Because one thing about you, you be airing out my business.
Oh my God.
Nothing. Because you know what parents' favorite thing to say to their kids? You ain't got no business. But once you air out yours, you got a problem. Okay. Yeah, that ain't even, I don't even really be airing out business like that. It ain't that much business to air.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't got
more business than you.
You sure do.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't really got no business. And mind you, these are all innocent conversations, so I'm not having any inappropriate. Am I?
I wish you would.
Yeah, I'm not having any inappropriate conversations with anybody. It's just people trying to shoot their shot or whatever. It's not even that serious. But I mean, you know, it's cute. It's flattering. But I tell you what I do see is there's just a lot of married men. Like even last week, remember when we was at the thing last week? And all those married men. And I was like, yo, hook me up with one of your single friends. And what they say?
None of them was single.
And what they say? I ain't finna hook you up with nobody else. I want you for myself. Like, you married. I don't want a married man. I'd like a single guy. Like, y'all just greedy for no reason. Like, you ain't even gotta be that greedy. Why are you looking like that? But what you looking like that for?
No, go ahead. I'm letting you talk. Go ahead. What are you saying?
Why are you looking like that? I'm just saying.
I'm just letting you speak.
Huh?
I'm just letting you
No,
speak.
it's just a lot. You pouting again?
No, because sometimes I don't know. My face sometimes shows some underlying thing I don't know about. So I don't know. My face just.
I'm just saying. You know,
I'm not aware. My subconscious is probably reacting to my face. That's probably
you look like it. But I'm just saying, I don't want nobody that's that's occupied and not interested. Do you think that people are ever really single though? Do you think that men are ever really single?
No.
Like are men ever really not dealing with somebody else?
No, I do a lot of like introspection and stuff. Like I do a lot of reflecting too, like different situations I've been in. Oh, not reflecting, it's observing. I'm very observant. And so when I see like a pattern or a thing or if something ends, I like look and I'm like, I look at the situation. I'm like, okay, what was this person doing before me? And if they were doing this before me, they definitely
was
do
cheating.
it after
if they was acting up, if they was
like my previous situation. Well, my first serious situation when he finally started talking to me, because there was a gap between when he started talking to me like first and then when he decided to like take it serious. Like I remember he texted me like in February, didn't shoot his shot until April.
Mm-hmm.
And when I asked him why, he was like, oh, I was just dealing with somebody, but I just got out of the situation. And that's why he wanted to deal with me. So after me, I know that's what he was doing. Because even like...
So he was dealing with somebody at the end of your situation?
Yeah, because he had somebody like when a man has somebody like when they've been dealing with you, most of the time it's because they don't like being single. No man like being single. Look at Kanye. Kanye got married 2 months after he divorced Kim.
Look at y'all.
See, you telling your business.
What? I didn't tell my business. I didn't say nothing.
Look at my what?
Look at your fat self in the mirror.
Right. My business too. Your business.
That's not my business.
You know,
that's not my business. So
Right.
What?
Right.
I mean, it's the same thing. But no, to your point, I was agreeing with you about men not wanting to be single. Like they act like that they can't be single. But just like Ashley said, they might, because again, I was talking to Boyce, and Boyce was talking about, he's a numbers guy, he's a statistics guy. And one of the statistics that he shared with me was that that white supremacy and the criminal justice system has really effed up our ecosystem, the African American ecosystem. So for every one person that gets incarcerated, that takes our numbers down by our ability to get married by 2% or something like that. So we drop in terms of our ability to find a single available heterosexual male. And so when you look at it like that, men, now that happened, now that you have all of the the incarceration, and now it's changed the dynamic in our communities, right? So when you look at other communities where you have a high level of monogamy, because in the Black community there used to be a high level of monogamy. There was a lot of messing around too, but you had higher marriages, you had all those other things that you have in other communities. Now that we don't have as many available Black males that we have as Black females, now there are more options, which changes the mindset of the men. Now they think they are the prize. Now the women become more desperate. And so now men, because I'm seeing these women, and because I've been married for so long, first of all, there's a couple things that I don't know how to do well. I don't know how to flirt well. So like if a man looks at me, I look away, because that's a natural thing that I've trained myself for many, many years to not engage with men. People of the opposite sex, because you're married. Like you don't want to give anybody the impression that you're interested. So my natural instinct is to look away when a man looks at me. And so I don't know how to like engage and flirt. So that's one thing. But the second thing is, I don't believe that, I'm not willing to shoot my shot. I'm not willing to go after somebody or compete with somebody for a man. But these women are doing it. But what men are saying is, it's not even the beautiful women that are going after them. It's the ones who like aren't very attractive, and they are confident as hell to, they shooting they shot. And I'm like, I will shoot myself before I shoot my shot. So I don't know how to flirt, and I certainly won't shoot my shot. What?
You said that, because I remember when it's about me. One time I kind of felt like the ugly girl too, when I remember one time I was drunk, and I was like, you know what? Let me shoot my shot at a celebrity. So I DM a celebrity, and I was like, I really like your hair, like, because he normally wears his hair like ugly, so you can't really see the frame of his face, but he had a haircut and stuff like that, so you could see the frame of his face, and it looked a lot better. And I was like, I complimented him on that. And I remember I saw a podcast, like he did an interview like last week, and he said that the girls that be in his messages and like the requests, none of them really be like.
Did he look at yours? Did he look at your request?
I don't know. He might have. That was the first thing I thought about was me. Oh. I was like, well, dang.
Got your answer.
He was like, he doesn't see the girl that's like, wow. And
no, the problem, it's not even
because
that.
I know, because what it is he got thousands of stuff, and plus he makes a lot of money. He's like a millionaire and stuff. So
yeah,
like,
he probably just got swept with all the
and
rest
he
of
ain't
them.
really all that for real to even be, after that. And then he kept on talking in an interview, and I was like, ugh, good, because first of all,
You shot your shot at. So that's the only person that you've ever shot your shot at?
oh no,
You shot your shot at guys before? How'd it go? Did you miss?
no, I made it both times.
Oh, 3-point or 2-point or layup? Alley-oop? How you shooting?
I mean, I got their number and then we texted, but then after that, it was just boring. After that, they don't like follow up, they don't follow through.
I think men, okay, for you men, like, do you guys like the thrill of the chase? Do you want a woman to come after you, or do you like
A lot of them
do you like to
say
approach
that
men?
they like when the girl approached him. I probably dealt with one situation where the guy, when I approached him, like he actually was applying pressure, and then like still to this day, like we're still talking. But
How many guys have you approached?
probably 3.
Really?
3 or 4.
Yeah. So one of the things so the other day,
But yeah, like I was saying, wait, before you go on to that, I was like, I'm kind of glad I missed that, because as he was talking more in the interview and stuff, he was talking about how he don't like vegetables, he don't like every time he go to a restaurant, he eat chicken tenders and burgers and pizza, and
is he a child?
And he don't like drinking water. So I'm like, I know his pee smell like nickels. I know it smell like nickels. I know his pee is golden. Like I just know he do not. I'm like okay, dodge a bullet there.
Yeah, if you would have had a chance. So if we wait on women, we'd never have a date beyond, Tim, I believe that. So okay, so I was gonna go to the gym on Saturday, or was it on Saturday? I was gonna go to the gym, and I didn't end up going to the gym. I was on the phone talking to my homeboy, and I had on my gym clothes. I didn't go to the gym, went and got my car washed, and then I went to the charging station. So I was on the phone with my homeboy, and so this guy, I'm at the charging station at this point, and I go inside the store, and I come back, and there's a guy that I seen that I normally see at the gym, really muscular guy. And so he's like, hey, you following me? And I'm like, oh yeah, no, I actually didn't go into the gym today, blah, blah, make small talk. And he's like, oh, okay. So I'm on the phone with my boy, but he don't know I'm on the phone. And so I get in the car, and he comes over, and he's like, so what kind of insurance you got? And so I'm thinking, is this nigga trying to sell me insurance? Well, what's going on? And so he proceeds to tell me about his Tesla insurance and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, no, this is who I have and whatever. And so after he finishes saying what he says, he just stands there for like maybe 15 seconds, and it was a little awkward. And so I'm looking at him, he's looking at me, and we're looking at each other, and I'm looking like, and then he walks away. And it's clear he wanted to say something. It's clear he wanted to shoot his shot, but he didn't. And I'm like you had all the time and space right there. We're talking, we're face to face. It's clear you wanted to say something, but you didn't. And so I asked my boy, like, why didn't he say anything? And he's like, men, they be intimidated and they don't. Okay, but so you gonna come over here and do all that small talk, and then you want me to say something to you? Like, you came over here for a reason. You want to talk to me? Holla at me. Like, we could, whatever it is. So I find that odd. Another thing, this one guy, he's a real popular. It was weird, right, Ashley? He's a real popular DJ out here, and so we start. He follows me on Instagram, and so he says to me, we DM each other. And I said, do you know who because he just happens to DM me on, he just happens to follow me on Instagram. And I said, do you know who I am? Because I'm new to the area. I said, do you know who I am? Because I've seen you DJ. And he goes, yeah, you and your daughter, like the men be falling all over themselves looking at y'all. And I'm like, oh, okay. So he knows who we are. So I was like, okay, they be falling all over themselves, but do they approach us? I haven't seen anybody fall all over themselves look at us. Have you?
Mm-mm.
So if that's the case, ain't nobody saying nothing. Like, what's the problem, man? I mean, I'm not gonna approach you. I'm not gonna go and chase you down, because I was with 2 people at the Pink and White. I was with Rob and Sherman, and I walked away. And Sherman said some woman, some big bat came up to him and was like, and we shot her shot. And he was like, yeah, I'll see you around. So imagine, I would be so embarrassed if I was that chick and I was like, okay, let me just try my luck. And then he was like, yeah, nah, I'm good, pimpin'. Like, but I would be so embarrassed if I was the person that went out there and tried my luck to try to talk to a guy and he rejected me. I'd be like, oh, so stupid. I'd be doing that. Oh my God. I think about it the whole ride home. I'm like, I'd be mortified. So y'all just holla.
Right.
I'm gonna give you the number. And if I don't like you, I'm gonna block you as soon as I get in the car, but you're gonna get the number. you will get blocked because I don't
And then
turn down.
And then people, the man behind the screen is like, "This is what we're talking about." I don't want to go. How do I know? So you should even never said that. And don't even be so
I'm just
welcoming
kidding.
and giving the number though.
I'm just kidding. I'm gonna give you the
No,
number.
give them the chase.
Don't give them the number. No, because they
No, but don't say it out loud. You know inside that you're gonna give the number.
The
but
reason
don't-
why I do is because they kill people. That's why. That's the only reason why I'm gonna give you the number, because they kill
Don't say
people.
that, though. Don't say now everybody gonna approach you now. But let's say if you're
But they-
randomly just on the street or whatever, you give them the number. Okay, fine, but don't openly say, "Yeah, I'll give you my number. Come and talk to me." And then you just basically told them that you're gonna block them too, so they gonna shoot you anyway.
No, they're never gonna see me again.
They gonna shoot you anyway
They're
because
never gonna see me again.
because when they finally approach you,
Mhm.
they probably gonna want to shoot you because they know that you're gonna block them.
That's not true.
You basically out of you can't show your hand. That's your problem. You showing your hand.
Okay. So I'm not gonna give you the number.
No, it's too late. This reminds me. Oh my god. What show was that when that guy was trying to give him some pep talk on what to do, and he was doing it? He was like, "No, don't do that." What was that? He was like, "No, you know what? So and so said I can't do that." That's how you are.
Wait, Timothy said, well, he did shoot a shot. He just didn't get the peacemaker out the holster. Maybe next time, quick drum crawl. Now I'm avoiding going to the gym that we go to because now it's like, it's kind of awkward. So I don't even want to talk anymore.
Good.
Sounds scary. What sounds scary? Giving a number? I'm just saying, like, because no, really, I didn't see all these women get shot because they refuse to give men their numbers or they got assaulted and stuff like that. So I just be like, yeah, you have my number.
Yeah, but to avoid a conversation, all you can say when you hear that, excuse me, keep walking. Do not.
I do that.
No, you don't.
I do.
When they touch you, and they be like, "Oh, get off me."
You're not scared?
I'll be with my guy friends. What they gonna do?
Oh, it's scary out in these streets. I just need a homeboy that I can hang out with, but how about I just need a boyfriend? I ain't got to worry about none of that crap. I mean, he can just go with me. And I'm kicking you to the curb. You know, we go everywhere together. But as soon as I get a man, she's out of here.
Yeah, and then that's her problem. When I find somebody, you don't ever want to do something with me. Like, dang, but you so quick kick me to the curb. That's not fair.
My daughter said, because, you know, we go places a lot. And so, and, you know, when I buy tickets, I buy two, one for me, one for her. So she told me at the end of the year, in the last year, she said, listen, before you buy a ticket, before you buy me a ticket, ask me.
And she did it again yesterday and didn't even ask me.
You know you want to go hang out.
No, I wanted to actually stay home and watch the new.
On Friday? Oh, you mean for yesterday's event?
Yeah.
Yesterday's event was so fun. We saw Raheem Devon. We saw Marcus Johnson. It was a jazz event. It was like my kind of vibe.
I wanted to watch the new live action Avatar.
Didn't you have a good time last night?
It was cool, but
Yeah.
most of the time I was sitting down in a corner.
It was cool. I had a good time. Got a few phone numbers. You know what I'm saying?
No, you don't.
So whatever.
I would know you'd be talking about it in the car. No, you didn't.
I was sleeping in the car.
No. Yeah, she was knocked out in the car. And they got up and that was so funny though, because I was like, boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. And then you was like, boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Like, not that, like you was awake. Your eyes was bloodshot. You don't remember that?
I don't remember.
And then you're like, oh, I think I had one too many. She had 2 espresso martinis, and they were even filled up all the way. They were like up here. Like the cup was like up here.
I'm a lightweight.
They had 2 espresso martinis. Talking about some she's spinning. Like, what? You can't go play with me because of that.
Anyway, I just started drinking like 2 years ago. I didn't go to college, so anyway, Ashley, are y'all in Indy? Ashley, yeah, actually, I was gonna be in Indianapolis, with Linda Clemens, but I'm not gonna be able to make it. She wanted me to go. I think in March she wanted me to go. I do go down there sometimes, but you know what? Thank you guys for hanging out with us. It's been a while, and so I just want to have a conversation. Kai, do you can you tell them where they can follow you at?
You can follow me on Instagram at Kai Twice.
How do you spell Kai Twice?
CHAYTWICE, and you can follow my hair business at In Hair We Trust. Period.
And
look how cute my Valentine's Day shoot pictures were. They're like so cute, and I got so much traction. But look, that was my Valentine's Day campaign. It was so cute.
So she sells bundles and all that stuff on.
I sell the best body wave hair. So I sell body wave hair. So I sell body wave clip-ins, bundles, closures, frontals, wigs, all of that in body wave. I'm your body wave hair dealer.
And for me,
see, look how did y'all notice how she did that when I was talking? She was like,
no, I didn't.
You did. I caught you at the end.
I was not.
Hurry up.
I did not.
You always do that.
I did not. I was
Go
listening.
Mm-hmm. You were ready for me to finish talking.
I was not.
Mm-hmm. You go like this. Go ahead.
Something is wrong with her. I hate my dog. Do you ever have any kids that you hate? You just hate them.
Literally,
this is the one.
You know how they say the apple don't fall too far from the tree?
Yeah, you know you.
I learned the tree. You're the tree.
And no, I'm not. I'm nowhere near like you. I'm nowhere near like you because you're a mess.
There's a reason why. Why we discriminate big gaps. But go ahead. Where can they follow you?
I am.
Where can they follow you? Go ahead.
I am Constance Carter on Instagram, on Facebook, CC the CEO on YouTube. Listen, tonight we just wanted to have a conversation, but we talk about all things wealth building. Thank you, Ashley. All things wealth building, everything that's here to empower and inspire you. I have what's called the Net 7 Collective. And so tonight is just, mindless conversation about whatever. But the Net 7 Collective, my goal is to help people, us close the wealth gap. And so I have a Net 7 Collective where I help women from all walks of life. Let me just show you a quick video of who should I show? Montia. This is a young lady who actually went to school with, and she was in our last cohort of the Net 7 Collective. She came in on a scholarship. Her mom had recently died. Her husband died 2 weeks after suddenly, and she inherited 10 kids. And so now she was a part of the Net 7 Collective. And this is what she's been doing since then.
I've learned how to purchase land. I've learned how to do overages in real estate. And I even learned some different things with credit that I've got my credit cleaned up with my bankruptcy, that I'm almost in my home stretch, doing everything right now and applying it to take my life to the next level. So what it was like being in a group of all women was great because it wasn't a competition and we all uplifted everyone and learned a lot from each other. And we're still learning a lot from each other. Being a part of this group in the next few years, I see myself as being an entrepreneur, owning my own hotel that I can take my kids and my grandkids to see. This is what it is like to be a woman, also a Black woman, having something established inside a community. Being in a cohort, my experience made me feel validated, informed, and like I can do anything.
So my goal is to just really pour into Black women from all over the country. And so we actually are starting tomorrow. We had our pre-call last Wednesday and we dig deep tomorrow. So if you're interested in booking a call with me, Kyle, make sure you open up my calendar. We're still actually accepting a couple more people a couple more women, Black women for the Net 7 Collective. My goal is to help close the wealth gap. If you haven't seen my my TED Talk, it's called Google That Shit.
I'm a Black woman with a PhD. A public high school diploma. Give it up.
So that's my TED Talk I did. It had over 430,000 views. And my thesis is ways that we can close the wealth gap. And so my contribution to closing the wealth gap is through Black women. And so I do this through the Net 7 Collective. I also have the Gym Club, the Grow Your Money Club. That's for everybody. So if you're interested in any one of them, go to my website, constancecarter.com, and I am happy to introduce you to any of the things that'll help change your life. That's what it's about. So thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate you. I love you for real in real life. Kyle, have anything else to say?
No.